Hello, guys. Good morning. How are you? How was your weekend? What did you do this weekend? What did you eat? Where did you go? Right. So we're gonna start today, guys, on Monday, June 22nd. Already Monday, June 22nd. 3 more days and we finish. Well, you finish the primary school, right? 2020. Let's continue here. And today, guys, we're gonna start working on this. Look at this. This is an oasis, right? We're gonna work on the oasis. So for that, I would like you to go to your books. But first, we're going to watch a video that shows how the life in the oasis are, right? Pay attention. Look at it. It looks good, right? Look at the camel. Look at the pyramid. The camel looks beautiful, right? Great. Looks really cool. Look, we have a lot of water here, right? This is so beautiful. Would you like to swim here? Like the camels, they are swimming. Everything, right? Looks really cool. Look, would you like to have breakfast here?
Ample.
Happy to learn.
Good. So we already watched the video of this, right? And now that we watched the video already, it says here, activate your brain. Let's activate our brain. Have you ever been to the desert? You guys tell me. If you have, tell us what was your experience, right? Have you ever been to the desert? Have you ever visited a desert? What kind of animals and plants can you find there in the desert, right? So tell us, if you have been to a desert, tell us what kind of animals, what kind of plants did you see? And let's continue, and this is here, listen carefully to the story, then follow my instructions. Well, you're gonna read it in your house, right? And it says here that we need to listen to the story. So I will play track number 20, and you will have it in the classroom too. So let's listen to it and follow the reading. Circle the new words that you find. So it is here, life in the oasis.
Life in the oasis. Thirsty and tired, you drag your body across the hot sands in the Egyptian desert. Suddenly, you see water. Is it a mirage? No, it's a miracle. There is a lush cluster of palms and fruit trees beside a small lake. A small village thrives along the shore. Your prayers have been answered. You shout for joy as you run to the cool waters in the oasis. After being lost in the desert for days, your priority is a long drink of water. The surrounding area is barren and dry, but springs deep beneath the earth fill the oasis with clean water. Migrating birds stop here for a drink on their long journeys. They carry seeds with them, which fall on the waterside. This forms a ring of trees around the oasis. The water and food attract other weary animals, who stay in the oasis. The result is a unique ecosystem that seems out of place in the dry desert landscape. The people in the oasis welcome you. As you recover, they tell you about their life there. People have lived in oases for thousands of years. The word itself comes from an old Egyptian word, uwahe. This means dwelling place. Ancient nomads and merchants used the oases as stopping points and sanctuaries. Over time, people began to stay and even live in them.
Okay, so now we heard the first page of the reading. So how is an oasis formed? Answer here the question. How is the oasis formed? And why do people and animals choose to live in them? Right? Entonces, ¿cómo se forma un oasis? ¿Y por qué la gente y los animales eligen vivir en ellos o cerca de ellos? Let's go to the next page, number 61, to continue the reading.
The villagers describe sacred links between the oasis and the gods. The image of life springing from the desert is a powerful symbol. The ancient Egyptians believed that the gods created the oases to help their chosen people. They thought that the wildlife living in oases had a divine link to the gods. The Nile River acts as a very long oasis that brings life deep into Egypt. The Nile crocodile is commonly found in oases and all along the Nile River. Its image is carved into the walls of many ancient temples. The Egyptian god of protection and power, Sobek, had the body of a human but the head of a crocodile.
That's nice.
One of the most famous oasis towns was even known as Crocodilopolis in honor of this god. The Egyptian god Thoth had the head of a bird called an ibis. Just as ibises help bring life to the oasis, Thoth brought life to the universe. After being lost in the desert, you can see why people were impressed with any living thing that could find life in the desert. You can understand how the ancient people thought that oases were divine gifts.
Okay, so now we read the second part of the story, and obviously we have two more questions. I would like you to answer here or in your optional pages. What animals were considered sacred to the Egyptian people? So which ones would they consider sacred? And why were they considered sacred? ¿Por qué fueron considerados sagrados? ¿Y qué animales los egipcios consideraban sagrados? Let's go to the page number 62 and finish this interesting reading.
You are nearly recovered after your long journey. The dates, figs, and olives growing nearby are some of the most delicious you have ever eaten. You wonder if you might stay a while. Of course, that would mean having to adapt to a completely new way of life. The people who live in the oasis must be very careful. If they use too much water too quickly, then the oasis will dry up and be swallowed up by the desert. Living in an oasis takes cooperation and respect for the environment. Throughout history, people have lived in harmony with nature in this fragile ecosystem. After learning about life in the oasis, you feel like you could be part of this community too. Staying might not be a bad idea.
What do you think about this story? I think it's very interesting, right? It's telling you how they are created and what can you eat there, right? And why people and animals live near these places. So now that we finished the reading, we have two more questions, and it says here, what kind of food would grow in an oasis? What kind of food, right? Chicken? No, right? So why must people be careful when living in an oasis? Pues, ¿qué tipo de comida crece cerca de un oasis? ¿Y por qué la gente debe tener cuidado cuando viven cerca de un oasis? To finish this reading, it says here, grammar check. Constructions are two words combined into one using an apostrophe. Look at the sentences below, then answer the questions. So here, guys, what are contractions? Recuerden, las contracciones son cuando unimos dos palabras, como I am, I'm. He is, he's. That is contractions, right? So we have here, no, it's a miracle. What two words make up it? Si la separo, ¿cuáles son las dos palabras que utilizo para formar esto? Escríbanla completa, no con el apóstrofe. And here, you are nearly recovered after your long journey. So how can you make you are into contraction? ¿Cómo lo hacemos más pequeña? You are. ¿Reparan? Sí, lo vimos así. All right, guys. So now here we're gonna go to the next page. We're gonna go to the next page, and we already finished this oasis. Look, it looks beautiful, right? Would you like to swim here? And why we're gonna go to the next page? Because we're gonna check your understanding. Vamos a ver si ustedes entendieron la historia. And it says here, check your understanding. Using details from the story, draw a picture showing how an oasis forms. Label the parts of your drawing using facts you learned from the passage. So here in this page, in this little rectangle, you're going to draw a picture showing how an oasis forms. ¿Cómo se hace un oasis? Entonces aquí lo dibujan. ¿Cómo está constituido? Que tiene un oasis, right? So you draw it here. On the second part of the page, it says, this story talks about two Egyptian gods. In the table, write what the gods look like and how they are linked to oasis. Entonces, esta historia nos habló de dos dioses egipcios. Aquí en esta tabla pones el nombre de uno, el nombre del otro, right? Son dos. Entonces dice aquí que cómo se veían. ¿Cómo eran? Tienes que describirlos aquí físicamente. En la historia nos lo describen a cada uno de ellos. Y el último, cómo estaban unidos con el oasis, o sea, en qué forma ellos aportaron para formar los oasis. Right, so this is here on page number 63. That will be for this today. And here it says, guys, that in the story, they ask you to imagine that you were in the desert, that you were lost in the desert, right? So this is here. You stumble upon oasis after being lost in the desert. What are some reasons people would choose to go to an oasis on purpose? So en la historia dice aquí que te tropiezas y llegas a un oasis, right? Lo que es muy bueno si estás en el desierto porque tienes agua. ¿Cuáles son algunas razones por las que la gente desearía o elegiría ir a los oasis a propósito? Imagínate, estás en el desierto, no tienes agua, no tienes comida, ves un oasis, pues, porque es bueno encontrar un oasis? Díganme ustedes, right? So you're going to write it here. And now that you understand this, the reading, right, now you got better idea, let's jump to the next activity. And we're going to enrich going deeper, right? Vamos a investigar más a fondo de lo que leímos. And for that, I would like you to go to page number 64. And it says here, enrich going deeper. Question number one or activity number one. People that live in oases must be very careful to protect their ecosystem, or else it will run out of water and die. What are some things you think people who live in oases do to protect the natural resources? So let's check this question. Es decir, la gente que vive en un oasis deben de ser cuidadosos en proteger el ecosistema. De otra forma, se le acabaría el agua y moriría este oasis. Recuerden que está en medio del desierto y es solo un charco de agua. ¿Qué son las cosas que tú crees la gente que vive en un oasis hace para proteger los recursos naturales? O sea, todo eso del oasis, los árboles, las plantas, la comida, el agua. ¿Tú qué crees que hace la gente para poder mantenerlo y que siga brindándoles pues, comida y agua? Question number two. You're not going to do this. I'm sorry. You're not going to do this. And we're going to go to this one. List the consequences if people did not protect the ecosystem. Entonces, ¿cuáles son las consecuencias si no proteges tu ecosistema? En el oasis, right? You can run out of water. You won't have food, right? But what about you in your hometown, in Tijuana? ¿Qué pasaría si no protegemos nuestro ecosistema, los árboles, las calles, todo lo que está afuera en las afueras? So here, ¿cuáles son las consecuencias en un oasis si no lo cuidan? Escriban mínimo unas 3, mínimo. Si quieren llenar todas, adelante. ¿Y cuáles son las consecuencias si no cuidamos nuestro ecosistema aquí en Tijuana? And the last activity of today, guys, we almost finished. The ancient Egyptians thought crocodiles and ibises represented their culture and way of life. What animals do you think represents your culture well? Why do you think so? Right? So write your answers in the table. So the Egyptians, guys, believe that crocodiles and ibises representaban su cultura y la forma de vida. Si nosotros nos pusiéramos a pensar, ¿qué animales crees tú representaría tu cultura de una manera perfecta? ¿Por qué lo crees así? Escribe tus respuestas. Entonces elige 2 animales. ¿Qué animales crees tú que representarían nuestra cultura en Tijuana o en México? ¿Y cómo lo representarían? ¿Cierto? Entonces no sé si pones aquí el cholo escuincle. ¿Cómo representa? Right? So you're going to write here the answer. This is the last activity of today, guys. And remember, if you have any questions, any doubts, just send me a text to the classroom platform and I will help you. And yes, of course, I would like to thank you, right? Thank you for working. Congratulations that you almost finished your school. And thank you for sending your homework. Remember, like the video, share it with your friends. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, just like the video and do your homework. See you tomorrow, Tuesday.